Hello everybody, my name is PolliKrystal and welcome back to a new video. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video to my channel. So today I wanted to discuss something I've been seeing on YouTube from my algorithm recently because I've been getting back into Red Dead Redemption 2 with my friend Jordan. There are a lot of things out there that tell us about what people think about Red Dead Redemption 3. I think that one of the videos I watched was someone had their opinion about a new Red Dead title because, as they say, Red Dead Redemption is, well, as the name implies, the word redemption means that the character had their redemption arc. Now, with the whole story concluded for Red Dead through Red Dead Redemption 2, I agree that it probably should be a new title focused on a completely new cast of characters, whether that be a prequel, it's like, or a sequel, because they could have so many different ideas, and that's not really what I want to discuss today. Because when it comes to that, I have absolutely no idea. I have not really thought about it. But the online features, because there is some stuff that I would like to see for online features for Red Dead Redemption 3 or Red Dead 3. Maybe the title will be different. I'm not entirely. I am not entirely sure for my own ideas for titles. So I'm just going to leave that to Rockstar and other people that might have opinions about what the title should be for that. But, like I say, Red Dead 3. What I would like to see is, I'm mainly focused on the online mode, not so much the story. Perhaps I'll cover that in a different video if I have any opinions or thoughts about what a Red Dead 3 game could be. So, as I say, so online features. We obviously know that in Red Dead 2 we got bounty hunting, we got Crips Trading Company, and the moonshining. What I would love to see is Grand Theft Auto style. You know, as in Grand Theft Auto 5, we had businesses. We would work our way through one business to make money for another. We get in Red Dead 2, we got the bounty hunting thing license to do the bounty hunting, and we got up to it updated to rank 30. We got prestigious ranks. I would like that to continue, but when it comes to stuff like the Crips Trading Company, it doesn't necessarily have to be Crips. They might change they could change the AI character that your online character runs a business with. But what I would like to see for that is a system where, as in the game, not many people do it because there's no real purpose to it, but you have the ability to break wild horses on a basic level, but you can't bond with them and you can't sell them at stables. What I'm thinking is, what if Rockstar added a feature where they allow you, when you break a horse, you can't bond with it, so it can't become your own horse. But you can take those horses to the stables and make money off them. Depending on what breed they are, they could be worth somewhere between $35 to, I don't know, let's say 250, something like that. So you could take a horse and make $100 in-game cash from selling horses, but you would have But with that idea in mind, my thoughts were, and I've discussed this with my friend, that they could implement a system where you don't get that straight away. You don't get the license straight away. You have to work through a certain amount of levels in your trading company to allow you to get a horse selling license for breaking and selling wild horses to stables. So that's one thing I was thinking of. But to the extension of the company, like the trading company that you can work on, I was thinking that sometime after you have the ability to do that, you could get, you could expand your trading company business to an actual building, much like they've done with the moonshine business on Red Dead 2. You could they could add random buildings across the map that are purposely designed for us players to have a building for a trading company. Maybe add a few NPCs that do a couple of jobs. I said somewhere maybe between 4 to 6 NPCs within the building, maybe, depending on how big your building is. I would say that they could make it so that you only get one person in the building. Maybe you start off small. When you get to a certain level, you're only allowed a small building, and then you can upgrade that building. It does like similar things to what the moonshine business does, where you can add features like the band expansion, the bar expansion, and stuff like that. Maybe they do something like that to a trading company business in the game, where you can add maybe a second floor, which allows you to have more NPCs in your building, and a basement where you can have NPCs in a basement, that sort of thing. Similar thing, I would say a similar thing could be done for the moonshine business as well, for the online features. What else was I was discussing? Because I think bounty hunting, that's a difficult one to decipher. If you have any ideas of what they could do on improvements that you think might be good for bounty hunting, leave it in the comments, because I currently don't have any ideas. I'm just thinking about the small little things that they could add into the into a Red Dead 3. So those are the only thoughts I have at the very moment. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of this. Maybe discuss some other ideas what they could do with Red Dead 3. Because it would be rather interesting to me to be able to have features online like that. Possibly when it comes to your camp, it would be nice when you have posse members that even when they're not online, their tent remains like in the camp. Because if you recruit people, their tent should be in the camp whether they're online or not. I think that should be allowed. I know that it probably doesn't make any sense, because as soon as someone logs in, then it makes sense. Most people would think. But I still think it would be pretty nice if we have our camps where other people's tents within your own permanent posse spawn in, as well as your own tent and whatnot, because if you're running a permanent posse, I think it would be better if that was a feature for permanent posses, to have other players' tents that are part of your permanent posse, whatever, in your camp. Temporary ones don't really make sense, if so I think that would be a great feature for camps. Once upon a time, I used to think it would have been great if they'd allowed us to build our camp to be like a miniature town that we can have. I mean, I understand the mechanics of camp. You move the tents and the other resources and carriages. so it would be complicated for them to implement a town unless they went the unless Red Dead had added some sort of feature, which I know would be difficult for them to take something that is part of like. Well, I don't really think it's that difficult, to be honest. They could do something similar to what Bethesda have done with their online features, which allows us to build our own camps where we can build buildings. But it would be a Red Dead style building, you know. Like they could add it. They could just add preset buildings that give us a wide variety of options. We have like a little camp workshop, kind of like what's in Fallout 76, but a Red Dead style theme, you know, so we can build our own, or we can just keep the camps. Don't have to agree with me. It's probably not ever going to be a feature, but that's just an idea that I was thinking of. And I've thought about it in the past as well. I've never really made a video on it. Yeah. If you have any other ideas that you think would be good in Red Dead 3, just share your thoughts in the comments, and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed watching. And I will see all of you guys in the next video. If there is a part 2 for this, like I say, I will do a part 2 if I can think of anything else, any ideas that might pop into my head for what things they could add for a Red Dead 3. I know we're a fair few years off Red Dead 3 because we've obviously got GTA 6 coming out, and that's going to have lots of features that Grand Theft Auto 5 doesn't have, and I might get that game myself. Yeah, there's not much else I can really think of at the moment. There might be other games that I might do opinions and thoughts on what I think would be an interesting feature, or a couple of features that they could add in, which I know that would. Oh, that's the other thing. I hope in Red Dead 3 as well, they have enough budget to also hire in a couple of men and women to do basic voice presets when it comes to character customization. Perhaps like body scalers to allow us to do more advanced stuff in Red Dead, where we can change the chest size of both men and women. Obviously, the features would be depending on which gender you pick for men and women in Red Dead Redemption. Whatever the chest size either grows. The men's chest would obviously be their chest muscle. For women, it would be, you know, female assets. In a word, be able to change the shoulder length, their arm lengths, the size of their hands. Maybe add some scalers for that. You know, try and make it a bit more advanced in the ways of customization. So we all have more advanced options. Because obviously you'd have the basic stuff, and then maybe you'd want to use the advanced system to change different body sizes. I know people tend to have a thing where they like, for some reason, some people like to distort their characters' appearance. I've never understood why, but each to their own, I guess. But yeah, I think that would be a cool feature to add as well if they added that for customization, advanced options for scalers, you know, from 0 to 100, kind of like what similar to what is in a few games like Saints Row and stuff like that, like the classic Saints Rows and whatever. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that I'm thinking of at the moment. I've been racking my brain. I'm sure that like I say, I'm sure there'll be a part 2 if I think of anything else that I could share my thoughts and opinions. And if you like any of these ideas that you think would be a nice little touch to online features, and like online character customization for Red Dead 3, leave a like on the video, and share your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see all of you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.